So, hi, I'm Laura Templeton, Chief Instigator and Brand Communications Consultant at 30 Second Success. I'm a professional speaker, author of the book 30 Second Success, Ditch the Pitch and Start Connecting, and the chapter president for Virtual Networkers, an organization of heart-centered entrepreneurial women who love to support one another in life and in business.
And I'm Suzanne Tregenza Moore, business and marketing coach at SuzanneTMoore.com, host of the All Things Authorpreneur podcast, author of Hang On Tight, Learn to Love the Roller Coaster of Entrepreneurship, and a longtime member of Virtual Networkers. And Laura and I met through this fabulous women's organization. And many of our members have become authors in the time we've been connecting. So when we saw a giveaway done by some others, we decided we had to do the same thing to highlight our Virtual Networkers sisters. So we're giving away a bunch of book bundles in two categories. One is self-help or personal growth, and the other is business and entrepreneurship. To be eligible to win a bundle, all you have to do is head to decemberbonanza.com and enter your information there before the end of the day on December 12th. And everyone who enters will also be eligible for free gifts from each author, and we'll be sharing about those gifts throughout. So it's a win-win for everyone. You can win a bundle, but you definitely have access to the gifts. And now you get to meet one of our authors and someone extra special to the group.
Yes, forgive me for my octopus arms because I wanted to show you the beautiful cover of Jill's book. This is That First Client, second edition. So, and if you ever get a chance to talk to Jill, you got to talk to her about the butterfly and the meaning behind the butterfly. So I'm going to read Jill's bio and make a quick introduction, and then we're just going to jump in and have a great conversation. So Jill Celeste loves loud women and loud bassets. That's why you will likely find her teaching marketing and mindset to female entrepreneurs at Celestial University, or facilitating sisterhood and connection through her online networking organization, Virtual Networkers, or hanging out with Basset Hounds as the co-founder of the Tampa Bay Basset Hounds. She lives near Tampa Bay with her husband, two sons, two cats, and a Basset Hound named Trixie. To learn more about Jill, you can visit her at jillceleste.com. Welcome, Jill. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Oh, thank you. As I was listening to you read my bio, I thought, how many more times can I slip in Basset Hound into a professional bio?
I'm pretty sure your smile got bigger every time I said it.
Love it. Love it. So Jill, we want to jump right in and talk about your book. So who is your book written for?
So my book is called That First Client, and it's written for women entrepreneurs who are looking to create a marketing system that is constantly attracting new clients. So it could be somebody who is at the beginning of their business, or someone who's been doing it for a while, but hasn't really gotten that marketing thing figured out.
Love it.
That's really good. I love that. Can you tell us a little bit more, about your book? Share a little bit more about the methodology that you open up about in there.
Sure. So this book is really a marketing fundamental book. It's not sexy stuff. It's not the exciting marketing bro things that you might see out there in your Instagram feed, but this is the tried and true marketing fundamentals that every entrepreneur needs to have in order to market her business. So we talk about who your ideal clients are, excuse me, how to find them, how to get in front of them, how to create an authentic sales process so that when you do find your ideal clients, you'll have something to market to them and to sell to them. We also talk about some of the other elements of marketing, such as your website, social media, getting testimonials, those types of things, so that you have that marketing foundation laid down. So from there, you can go out and attract your ideal clients and have something to offer them and have a way to bring them into your business. And then when it's done, how to gather testimonials so you can continue to share that in your marketing.
Now, I know that this was your first book and that you have a second book that isn't part of the bundle, but I think that we need to mention it here. And that book is called Loud Woman.
Yeah.
And I would just love for you to make the connection between what a loud woman is and why someone would need to be one in order to be successful with their marketing.
So a loud woman to me is a state of mind. When we hear the word loud, often we think of something that doesn't sound pleasant, like an ambulance siren or a dog barking. And that's why I used the word loud, because I want to flip that definition on its head. To me, a loud woman is a woman who's not afraid to take up space in the world, who is unapologetically here to share her gifts, who is here to make the world a better place. And for entrepreneurs, most female entrepreneurs began a business because they have a gift to share. And it doesn't matter what that gift is. You could be a graphic designer, you could be a life coach, you could be someone who helps authors market her books. You all have a gift to share. In order to share it, though, you have to be loud, right? You have to get visible in front of your audience. You have to be brave sometimes in spite of the fear that you may have about getting visible, and have the self-trust that you are here to fulfill that purpose. So the books, while they are different because one is more tactical and the other one's more inspirational, they share that common theme of self-worth, self-confidence, and self-trust.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful. And I love the way the two tie together. I do see that. And the fact that you need to be loud in your marketing, right? Especially
Absolutely.
women, sometimes we have a tendency to pull back a little bit, or, it's just sometimes we go into that nesting mode and it's like, oh,
right.
and,
Well, also, a lot of us are care providers. We're moms. We have aging parents. We have pets. And so our care providing roles sometimes can supersede our entrepreneurial roles. And I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing. I know I've had to pull back from my business after my mom's and dad's deaths in different years. But we have to remember, too, that we are worthy of marketing our businesses despite what's going on in our personal lives. And I think when you think about being loud, it's about owning that in your business as well as all the other hats that we get to wear.
yeah, and that's something that it comes to mind. And I love the fact that that first client really talks about it from, especially someone very new to business, because one of the things and I would love for you to speak to this, is one of the things that I learned a few years into my business is that your number one job as a business owner is not the creating, it's the marketing.
Yes.
So, if we know that sooner in our business changes, it helps us move forward that much faster. So can you talk to that a little bit about how important it is to have your marketing foundation built from the beginning?
That's a great point. You remind me when you said that, Laura, I used to have a slogan that was, "You are the director of marketing for your business." And I used to actually make signs and have my clients post that over their computers as a reminder that, yes, you are the healer. Yes, you have that gift, but it really is the most important hat is the marketing hat. And the reason why is because you can have the most beautiful gift in the world, but if no one knows about it, you're not going to be treating people, helping people, healing people, and you're not going to be making money. And there's nothing wrong with, wanting to help people, but we want you to be compensated for that as well. And we want you to be compensated richly for that. So, being a loud woman from a client attraction standpoint is really about being generous, yes, but also making sure that you have that marketing foundation so that when you're out there getting visible, you have all the little eggs in the right basket. You have all the little ducks in a row, whatever the cliche may be, so that you can springboard into other things. A lot of times when entrepreneurs, men and women, they immediately want to go into a funnel. They immediately want to have an evergreen webinar. They immediately want to have a snazzy TED Talk. And those are awesome goals. I want you to have those. But in order for those goals to be achieved, you got to have the marketing foundation underneath you. Because if you don't know who your ideal client is, you don't know what his or her demographics, psychographics are, if you don't know where they're hanging out in great numbers, all those other tactics that are very sexy will not work for you. So please make sure you have your marketing foundation in place.
Really great points.
All I can say is amen, sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I get on the soapbox a little there?
Absolutely true. And I just want to say, as someone with an MBA in marketing and entrepreneurship, I think your book is fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
And I would recommend it to anyone who is looking to market a business, any business, but
Yeah.
especially a solo entrepreneur. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So Jill, I know you have a free gift for everyone who joins the giveaway.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about that? And
Sure.
don't worry, everyone, you will get access to it as long as you join the giveaway.
So my gift is a companion workbook, because often when we have books like this that have assignments or things to do, you kind of looking around like, well, where do I write this down? So there is a PDF that you can download. It's a companion workbook. It takes all the exercises from the paperback and puts it into a PDF that you can print out or whatever you want to do and actually do the work. Because I don't want you just to read it and then stick it on the shelf. I want you to do the work so that your marketing will improve. So yes, make sure you grab that companion workbook.
Excellent.
Love it. So, Jill, I know typically at this point in our conversations, we're asking people how virtual networkers help them get their book out to the world. But as the founder of Virtual Networkers, I'd love to have a different kind of conversation with you. And let's talk about virtual networkers and how it's just changing lives and helping women. So, tell us a little bit about your thought process behind starting this organization. Remind us when you started it.
So I started in 2018, which I kind of giggled because it was before coronavirus, when everybody went virtual. I'm such a trendsetter. No, I'm not. I actually, what I am is a low energy introvert. I love networking. I love connecting with other people. I know it's a great way to market your business. But what was happening for me as a low energy introvert is I'd go to the in-person networking. And by the time I get there and do the networking and eat the lunch and do the small talk and get back home, I was exhausted. It literally would become an all-day event for a 1-hour networking meeting because of my energy levels. And so I thought to myself at the end of 2017, I run my whole business through Zoom. I do my coaching calls, I do my group calls, all of that through Zoom. Why can't I network through Zoom? And so I thought, let me try it. So I sort of opened the door in early spring of 2018. I just put a call out there. I'm like, anybody want to try this with me? And some women did. And that's how Virtual Networkers was formed. So it was over 4 years ago. We now have 5, almost 6 chapters and over 50 women in our organization from around the world. We have 10 countries represented in Virtual Networkers, so we're excited about that.
It's amazing. I love that. And I do remember actually being on one of the Love and Learns where we had, I think it was, there were actually 10 women or 10 countries represented on one call.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a beautiful
Exciting.
testimony to the global reach that you're
Yes.
having.
Yes. And that's one of the, networking groups are all kinds of shapes and sizes, right? We have local groups, we have national groups, but I really wanted the global group because most of us are virtual entrepreneurs. We can help anyone, no matter where she lives. And so if you have a client in Denmark and you're in the United States, that's wonderful. You're helping people even beyond your border. So Virtual Networkers really embraces that globalness of our community. And we're so excited to have 10 countries, maybe more, coming on board.
Absolutely. And I just have to say, I couldn't join you. I was one of the people you reached out to when you started the group. Thank you. And I couldn't join you then because it was a consistent conflict. I still have the kids at home and it was in the mornings. Now there's a variety of times to meet. But I remember being disappointed that I couldn't join you then. And then as soon as my world changed and the kids started to go to school a little earlier, I reached out and I said, do you still do that group? And I can say beyond a shadow of a doubt that joining has had a significant positive impact on me personally, on my business, I don't think I ever would have gotten my book written if I hadn't been a member of Virtual Networkers. I have enormous amounts of business coming to me because of Virtual Networkers and the wonderful partnership that I have with Deborah Keevan at this point. I love to do things like this event with Laura. It has been it has had such a great positive impact on me. And I've seen the same with so many other women. And I thank you for starting it. And I hope that the exposure that we are bringing to it through this book bonanza will help other women say, maybe I should check this out because it
Yeah,
sounds
I hope
good.
so. I
Yeah,
hope
I really
so. I
do.
don't want to be the world's best kept secret in virtual networking anymore. I really want us to be out there louder and
Yeah,
bigger and bolder, because all of us benefit when we attract the right energetic members to our group, right? I always joke that we're not seat specific, we're energy specific. We're looking for women entrepreneurs who are advancing and want to get clients and referrals, but also want to be part of a community, because
yes.
it's a lonely gig, right? Sometimes we just sit in our dining rooms and go, I don't know if anybody understands this, but a virtual networker member does. And that's really, really important.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, Jill, it has been lovely having you on here, and and I'm super excited about the responses that we're getting, even just talking to a few people already about the book Bonanza, and even some of our aspiring authors that are either in the process or getting ready to start writing a book. They're like, "Are you going to do this again?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
again, like you said, it's a benefit. There's so many benefits, and it was it was a no-brainer when Suzanne and I just started talking about it. I'm like, let's do this. We need to do this for our
And I'm
virtual
so
network.
glad you
There's
did,
so many
ladies.
women, and but there's so many other benefits of virtual networkers that a lot of people don't realize. And can you, I just would love for you to touch very quickly on the different types of meetings that we offer and the benefits that our membership enjoys.
Sure. So let me just start with the web address, which is virtualnetworkers.biz, B-I-Z. So as I mentioned, we have almost 6 chapters. We have a new chapter starting in January, different days of the week, different times. So we're trying to hit where people are available. So check out that schedule. I won't rattle it off because people can read it. But I would say the biggest benefit is that once you become a member of Virtual Networkers, you attach yourself to one chapter. That's your home chapter. That's a chapter you're going to every week. But you also get an unlimited free guest pass to go visit the other chapters. And that's a bit unusual for networking groups. Usually you have to pay to go to the other meetings, but I want you to have access to all the Virtual Networkers meetings. So let's say they join your chapter, Laura, which is Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. They will go there every week, come hang out with you and the other ladies. But if they are open on Tuesday morning, they can come see me on Tuesday at 8 a.m. and they can just sort of hop between those other meetings, because we want you to get to know each other. And it's a broad network and we're getting more people in. And so the best way to meet them is to go to the other meetings. So that to me is one of the biggest benefits, is you get that unlimited free guest pass to the other meetings. All of our features and benefits are listed on their website, but I wanted to highlight that one because that's always the one where I get a question like, am I reading this right, Jill? Yes, that's exactly right. And I know both of you have been to multiple meetings. I have as well. And it's just a great way, right, to get to know the other ladies.
Absolutely. And on top of that, you've done a great job of developing different style meetings. So of course there's the traditional, meeting where we all say who we are, and then there's a speaker, and then we make an offer at the end. But we also have great coffee date meetings where we get broken down into pairs, and we have coffee dates, brief coffee dates. And then we have mastermind meetings where we get to come with a challenge that we have and get feedback and support from other women who are doing the same thing, not the same exact things, but similar, and dealing with a lot of the same stuff. And I think that's fabulous. And you know what, the other opportunity that I think most of the members take full advantage of is getting to speak at the different chapters, which is a real benefit and very easy to kind of slot yourself in.
Yeah, we have a great speaker process, and we encourage our members to speak at any of the meetings that they can attend. I get it sometimes the early morning meetings for parents can't, blah, blah, blah. But if you can get on the calendar, and it's super easy to do so, because that is really the best way for a member to share her gifts and explain what she does. And we love education. While we're virtual networkers, and yes, we're women entrepreneurs, we are all lifelong learners in virtual networkers. So we love to learn. And so when we get to learn about your industry or what you do, and then learn about your business, that's just a win-win-win across the board. And that's another benefit. Thank you for mentioning that, is you do get to speak. And also, I'll add, we're also the great testing ground for the new talks. Because it's a sacred space. And I know both of you have launched new talks in Virtual Networkers, the first time rattling something off. And you know it's going to be okay, even if you make a little mistake or the slides don't advance, right, Laura? Or, any of those other things that come up, because it's a safe space, no judgment zone. And it's a great way to kind of get a nice dry run on those presentations as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, Jill, thank you so much for joining us on this journey, and thank you for inviting us into Virtual Networkers. It absolutely has been a joy to serve the Virtual Networkers as much as it has been to be part of the organization as a member. So thank you for that.
Oh, ladies, thank you. And thank you for coordinating the book giveaway. I'm so appreciative. I can't wait for these books to reach out to the world, because they're all so good and everyone will enjoy each book.
Absolutely. And remember, if you are watching this, if you want the opportunity to win Jill's book and several others, what you need to do is head to DecemberBonanza.com before the end of the day on December 12th and enter your information. And remember that when you do, you will have access to all the gifts from the authors.